Hey, Jeffrey. So you're another rooter also from the Fatsan region. And can you share with us what your rooting experience was? Why is this your significant video?
Sure. So the first thing I want to address is the reason why I'm dressed like a candy corn is because the village officials handed us all yellow T-shirts, and out of respect, we had to wear them. And so my village, for our rooting, we didn't actually find an ancestral home. It's a migrant village, so the officials had no records whatsoever. And so the video clip you saw was us frantically searching for anything. And in our search, we came upon this well. And now...
Yeah, what were you thinking when you saw that well?
So during the time of my rooting, I was going through a friendship breakup. I didn't know those things existed, but apparently they do. And one of the pillars, I guess, of the breakup was that she said that I complained too much. And it's true, I used to complain a lot. I complained about the most trivial things, like, oh, it's so hot, oh, I have so much work to do, oh, my chicken breast is so dry. And upon seeing this well, I got to thinking that if that well could have been the only source of water for my ancestors living back then, and so they would have to ration their water amongst all the villagers. And I drink about half a gallon of water a day, and I just take that for granted. And looking into this well, it put into perspective of just how fortunate I am. And I sat at this well for a while, and I thought about how ungrateful I was for just about everything in my life, for the fact that I studied at a really great school at UCLA, the fact that I had really loving parents that cared for me, and the fact that I could eat and drink whatever I want. And this made me think really critically and introspectively about who I am and what type of person I want to become post-college. This is when I just graduated college. I graduated last spring. And I just want to thank my parents for providing me with a lot of food, for the roof over my head, for the clothes on my back, and for all the bountiful waters that I get to drink. I remember my source. I found it over here.
Yeah. So with this sort of newfound inspiration towards post-rooting and living, how's that? What are some of the changes you're taking up now? Did you end up patching things with that friend that you mentioned?
I never did. No. I think I did learn a lot from that breakup, combined with this rooting. I learned to cherish all of the belongings that I have and all the people in my life. And I've learned to work on my fashion, and and I got a haircut.
So any last things you'd like to share?
I just want to say how grateful I am for this rooting program, for Friends of Roots, and to the leaders. I was a very immature individual.
Chill, tall, and athletic. That was the 3 words he used to describe himself on the trip.
I was a very immature individual at this time, and I thought I knew everything. I didn't want to take advice from anybody, but during this rooting, I just saw how big the world was and how small I was. And I got advice from all of my fellow rooters and from the fellow leaders. They blessed me with such wisdom that I will hold very dearly. for the rest of my life. And it shaped me. And for my first step into adulthood, their wisdom was much, much appreciated and very useful.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Really proud of you.